The dust has settled from Apple's latest keynote, and the world is still buzzing with reactions. Once again, all eyes were on Apple as they unveiled their newest products, hoping for something groundbreaking. The iPhone 17 is finally here, but this time the market's reaction was far from enthusiastic. Instead of excitement, there was a sense of disappointment in the air. Apple's stock price dropped sharply, its worst post-launch dip in years. Investors were quick to respond, and the numbers reflected their lack of confidence. Headlines were harsh, analysts skeptical, and social media unimpressed. Across platforms, people questioned whether Apple had lost its innovative spark. Apple events used to be electrifying, now they feel routine. The energy that once filled the room has faded, replaced by polite applause and tempered expectations. The iPhone 17 is technically solid, better specs, a brighter screen, a faster chip, but it's all expected. There's nothing here that truly surprises or delights longtime fans. Apple, once the master of surprise, has become predictable. The days of jaw-dropping reveals and industry-shaking announcements seem to be behind us. The presentation was polished, but lacked that one more thing moment that used to leave audiences in awe. It felt more like a routine update than a major leap forward. It was an update, not a revolution. The differences between the iPhone 16 and 17 are subtle, almost unnoticeable to the average user. This isn't just about one phone, it's a pattern that's been developing over several years. Each new release feels more incremental than innovative. Year after year we get minor tweaks, not game changers. The magic is fading and the sense of wonder that once defined Apple is slipping away. The iPhone 17 doesn't feel like it changes anything. For many, it's hard to justify upgrading when the improvements are so minimal. Is this a temporary stumble, or is Apple losing its edge? Investors and fans alike are starting to ask tough questions about the company's future. The stock drop is a wake-up call. Just being good isn't enough for Apple anymore. The world expects more from a company with such a legendary reputation. The pressure is on for their next move. Apple must find a way to reignite excitement and prove that true innovation is still part of their DNA. Let's talk about a ghost from tech's past, Nokia. Once upon a time, this brand was the undisputed king of mobile phones, a name that meant reliability and innovation in every pocket. In the early 2000s, Nokia was everywhere, reliable, dominant, seemingly invincible. Their phones were a part of daily life, connecting millions across the globe, and it felt like nothing could topple their empire. But while Nokia kept refining the same phones, sticking to what worked, Apple launched the iPhone, a true revolution that changed how we think about technology in our hands. Nokia dismissed it, confident in their lead, believing their dominance was unshakable and that customers would always return. But the game had changed and they didn't notice. The world was moving on and Nokia was left clinging to the past. Their empire crumbled not overnight, but shockingly fast. In just a few years, their market share evaporated and their legacy faded into memory. It's the classic tale of complacency. Leaders who stop leading and start following, missing the warning signs until it's too late. No matter how big you are, you're never safe from a better idea. Disruption can come from anywhere, and it often does. Now, in 2025, the iPhone 17 feels eerily familiar. Each new model looks and feels a lot like the last, and the excitement of true innovation seems to be fading. Is Apple so focused on perfecting the iPhone that they're missing the next big thing? Are they at risk of repeating Nokia's mistakes by playing it too safe? The formula is there: market dominance, incremental updates, and a growing sense that real innovation is happening elsewhere, outside Apple's walled garden. Apple's ecosystem and brand loyalty are strong, but hubris is a giant killer. Even the most beloved brands can fall if they stop pushing boundaries. The lesson from Nokia is clear: comfort is dangerous. When a company gets too comfortable, it risks losing its edge and its future. Apple looks a little too comfortable right now. The hunger that once drove their breakthroughs seems to be fading into routine. The question is, will they see the next revolution coming? Will they recognize the signs and adapt, or will they be caught off guard? Or will they become the next cautionary tale? The world is watching, the stakes are high, and history has a way of repeating itself for those who ignore its lessons. Apple can't afford to ignore the ghost of Nokia. The future belongs to those who dare to reinvent, not just refine. To truly understand what's missing at Apple today, we have to start by talking about Steve Jobs, the visionary who shaped not just the company, but the way we interact with technology itself. Jobs understood that Apple was never just a tech company. For him, it was always about making technology feel deeply human, intuitive, approachable, and even magical. He obsessed over every detail, from the precise font on a screen to the gentle curve of a device's corner. Jobs believed that products should do more than function. They should evoke emotion, spark joy, and inspire creativity. For him, the why behind a product always mattered more than the what. Purpose and meaning were at the heart of every decision. Under Tim Cook's leadership, Apple has soared financially, perfected its operations, and expanded into new services. The company is more efficient and profitable than ever before, but the focus has shifted. Instead of revolutionizing entire industries, Apple now leans toward refining what already exists, making things sleeker, faster, and more reliable. The driving question has become, how can we make it better, rather than the bold, disruptive, what if we started over from scratch? Apple's products remain excellent, polished, powerful, and popular. But often they seem to lack that unmistakable spark of soul that once set them apart. The company's obsession has shifted from crafting unforgettable user experiences to chasing specs, features, and market share numbers. Think different has quietly become think incremental. The boldness has faded, replaced by careful, calculated steps. Jobs sold us a vision, a dream of what technology could be. Now Apple mostly sells us upgrades year after year. The real secret was always about selling a feeling, not just a device. That's what's missing now. And if you look closely, you can see it in every product, every launch, and every ad. Let's talk about the products. Place an iPhone 14 next to a 17. Can most people tell the difference? The designs are safe, the upgrades incremental. People are holding onto their phones longer because the new ones aren't compelling enough. We get faster chips, better cameras, new software tricks, but nothing bold. These are engineering feats, not big ideas. Apple is perfecting an old recipe, not inventing new ones. The iMac G3, iPod, and original iPhone were leaps of imagination. Today's products feel like they're made by committee, designed to please everyone, but excite no one. The courage to take risks is gone. The iPhone 17 is the pinnacle of safe, predictable strategy. It's a great phone, but not an inspiring one. And for Apple, that's a problem. Imagine you invented the banana. Easy to peel, sweet, perfect. You became the world's top fruit company. Years later, you're still selling bananas, now with advanced peeling technology and optimized potassium. Each year's banana is a little better, but it's still just a banana. Meanwhile, someone else is inventing the mango or pineapple, something new. You're so busy perfecting bananas, you don't see the next big fruit coming. That's Apple today. The iPhone 17 is the most perfect banana ever engineered. The specs are incredible, but it's still a refinement of a 2007 idea. The magic isn't in making the banana 5% more yellow. The magic is in inventing the banana in the first place. Apple needs to stop obsessing over perfecting the old and start searching for the next big thing. The world is ready for a new fruit. Will Apple deliver it, or will someone else? Every great company has a soul, a reason to exist beyond profit. For Apple, it was about empowering the creative, the rebels, the misfits. That soul was in every product and ad. But when a company focuses too much on profits, the soul fades. Decisions shift from design to finance, from risk-taking to risk avoidance. Apple's relentless focus on services and accessories feels transactional, not visionary. The company that once fought the establishment has become the establishment. Preserving that original mission is everything. The soul isn't on the balance sheet, but it's Apple's most valuable asset. So what's the real lesson here? Apple's story is a reminder for all of us. Greatness comes from vision, courage, and staying true to your soul. Don't let your life become an incremental update. Are you playing it safe or are you pushing for something bold? Real breakthroughs come from chasing the impossible. Protect your unique point of view. The world needs originals, not copies. Don't wait for Apple to show you the future. Be the future. The impossible is only impossible until someone does it. That someone could be you.